Well, there was Valentine's Day. I quite like Valentine's, actually. I know it's very commercial, but there's something I quite like about love being in the air for a day and this kind of sense that everyone might get laid, apart from the married people.
Yeah, it's the only time you can write an anonymous card to someone and it's OK.
But it's an email now, so it's never anonymous, is it?
Are you still sending emails? I'm still cutting notes out of the paper. John, did you celebrate Valentine's?
Well, this is my first year I've ever had a girlfriend on Valentine's Day.
Whoa. Before you applaud that, that's tragically sad, is what it is.
Well, I had loads of birds, obviously, but February the 13th, thrift measure, get rid.
It's easier for people to meet people now, though. It's like Tinder. It's like an app where you just put your profile on it. People tick if they want to go out with you, or cross if they don't. So there's like 2 million people on it, this app. Lee Ryan's completed it. He's just waiting for a few more levels.
OK, Paul, if I was gonna try and, you know, impress my missus on Valentine's, what would I cook her? What would be the meal?
I love creating something like a good cake. Like, if you make a good...
I knew he was going to say cake.
hang on.
Of course, a good cake.
If you've got a good chocolate cake, which is a Zacatort with raspberries laced all the way through it with cream, cover it in a chocolate ganache, and then strawberries on the top. Slice of that with some cream.
My only problem with that is I don't know what a ganache is. That's my only...
I think you're thinking of a Viennetta, mate. That's a Viennetta. Quiz in answer, mate. You're wasting your time.
When was the last time you had a Viennetta? They're very nice. Don't you be sneering.
I made one for a series recently.
You made a Viennetta for the series?
They make them, mate.
But I
In the factory, they're about a mile long.
Yeah.
It's just a thing going...
I used Indian ice cream, kulfi, instead of ice cream, and it was delicious. I used a mango and passion fruit.
Mango in a Viennetta, that's bullshit.
Joe, did you celebrate Valentine's this year?
I had a bit of a mare. I found out there's a very fine line between making a romantic gesture and just exposing yourself at a stranger. I don't really want to talk about it, but let's put it this way. I've now got to do 100 hours community service.
I think love can be a scary thing, and nothing's more nerve-wracking than the first kiss. Take a look at this clip from the reality show The Virgin Diaries.
I'm 31 and I have never kissed a girl on the lips. We're saving our first kiss for our wedding, and a lot of people are just, like, shocked when they hear that. Like, really? Is that hard to do? As if no one ever does it.
I now declare you to be husband and wife. Ryan, you may kiss your bride.
I love you. I love you too. The kiss was, hard to explain.
Strawberry lemon, honey. It tastes so good. Wow, it's a dream. Like, I get to, like, kiss him whenever I want to. We didn't have to hold back anymore. We could just be free with our love. I can't stop kissing. It's like, oh.
She just went right at it. I can tell she's been holding back, and now she's not.
Dawn, you look like you really enjoyed that.
I did. That was very physical for me. I couldn't cope with what was going on there at all. It's like with the cake, and that put me off cake. It was everything that's wrong with a kiss. Everything you don't want your partner to do when they kiss you is everything that they both did.
Have a bite of cake halfway through.
They looked like they were siphoning petrol.
Well, let's have a look and see if Valentine's Day is up there. Yes, Valentine's Day was on Friday. It's estimated 6 million people popped the question on Valentine's Day. And that question was, can we have a threesome?
Well, it's been Valentine's Day, hasn't it? I imagine people are talking about love and all that stuff.
Who did you send a Valentine to?
I didn't. No, I view Valentine's Day like the Polish food aisle of a supermarket. I don't really know what it's for, but I like to look at it.
I've been thinking, because they've been talking about different gifts you can give people on Valentine's Day, and the worst gift, apparently, is petrol station flowers. But then how do you know they're petrol station flowers? I mean, you can't actually... unless, of course, they've all been mangled through that night hatch. That's how they've gone through. But also, it gets a bad press, the petrol station flowers, because if you buy flowers in a florist, there's no petrol. Or packets of Maltesers, or anything. So actually, I would rather receive petrol station flowers from someone, because then I would know that I had a discerning lover who shopped at flexible shops.
Valentine's Day, I think, is just too much pressure, and it's for uninventive people. Everyone gives red roses and chocolates. It's like, think of something yourself, like, do something a little bit more creative. Like, to me,
I tried
just
that.
so...
I tried that, but it backfired.
Yeah, because it's rubbish.
What did you try, Sean?
I made a card for my wife/girlfriend lodger, and I made it myself, and she didn't like it.
That's sweet, though. No, that's...
Yeah, but I do. So what it is, I cut a picture of a heart out of a cigarette packet.
Creative.
On a card.
Isn't that the thing about Valentine's? Valentine's is that time when you can tell people, you know, if you like them. I don't know if you read... Do you read Heat magazines? Anyone read Heat magazine?
Is that the magazine that reviews different boilers and legging jackets?
This much, in a way. I think it's different in the Republic of Ireland. Because they do a thing every year where they talk about people's weird crush. So the number one weird crush, as voted for by the British public, is Russell Howard, which doesn't seem that weird to me. Number two, if you can see that. So you are a weird crush, which is such a terrible backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So it's like saying you don't sweat much for a fat girl.
Weird crush is also John's signature lovemaking style as well.
They sent me a badge. I think it says something on it like, not quite weird enough. I mean, what a chat-up line that is. The lady's just looking for a man who says, I'm mental, but not very.
I can't help thinking, you know, if you look at this panel, there are two people who are single who might get on quite well. And we've got Jamelia.
You're single, right?
Stop me, I'm really embarrassed.
Like a playground now.
Two plenty John.
Yeah.
She does.
You're just not weird enough for me, Jamelia.
Just get on with it. Just, you know.
Get down to business.
I haven't got... Yeah.
And it is a business with me.
Every bloody week.
You're going to feel pretty bad when 1 week I come in and I'm in a relationship and there's nothing to talk about. Me and Sue. Sue and I.
I can imagine you getting into a relationship where you're one of those couples that talk about, well, Sue and I think. Like, even on the show, if she wasn't here, you go, so what have people been talking about this week? And you go, well, Sue and I have been talking quite a lot about beef burgers and
I won't be
Valentine's.
doing this show if I have a relationship. I ain't leaving the house, I ain't doing gigs. Comedy's just one bit. I mean, you two are in relationships. You only do comedy because you're not really happy in them.
OK, let's have a look and see if Valentine's Day's up there. Yes, it was Valentine's Day yesterday. It's named after Saint Valentine, the patron saint of awkward meals at Pizza Express. Most people hate Valentine's Day, true or false?
Well, I hate Valentine's Day, but I'm not most people. I don't think it's fun to go out on the busiest night of the year and watch your partner just spend a fixed fee on dinner and then totally a rose away from an aggressive Romanian.
I hate Valentine's Day because if you're single, it reminds you you're alone. And if you're with someone, it reminds you that you've got someone, but you're still not happy. Yep. And I know that's true because I read it on a card from my boyfriend, OK? That was a joke. I don't have a boyfriend, but I'm just a very lonely time.
I'm at the other end of the thing. I've been married 15 years. Do you know what I mean?
Nearly gay.
Nearly gay, yeah.
12 more to go.
At the moment, Valentine, we just do a firm handshake and a nod. We go, yeah, we're still here. It's weird as well, because like, I think most people, you rarely find someone who's like a big Valentine's Day... Everyone thinks it's shit, don't they? What? My wife thinks it's shit, but if I forget it, she'll still be angry. Work that one out.
I hated that thing where, like, the opposite of Valentine's Day, everyone was like, oh, a month later, it's steak and blowjob day. As if that's the opposite of Valentine's Day. Then shall we rename Valentine's Day to plant-based protein and pussy? Like, it's not... That's
I'm
going to
not
get cut
averse to that.
so fast. Step up, Rob.
Yeah.
Step up.
Is Emma stepping up her expectations now that you're doing a lot of telly and touring?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not, like, well-known. I'm not sure how many of this audience knew me. When I walked on, I just looked like an electrician had wandered on set. Do you know what I mean?
You look stunning.
Thank you. Slag. That felt like a risk. Fuck me. Like, I'm in my early 40s now. My body is starting to fail a bit. You know what I mean? I've got carpal tunnel in both hands. So I can't really grip things, you know? And I always thought that she'd leave me for somebody taller or richer, but it could just be a bloke that could open jars at this point. And Flash Bastard comes in and goes, give me that marmalade. I'm like, OK, mate, she's yours. Look after her. She's a lovely girl. I mean, she talks a bit in the beginning of films, but if you get past that... she's absolutely
Do you find yourself, like, at the shops going, no, I don't really like pickled onions anymore.
You stay away from them gherkins, girl.
My friend last year went on a Valentine's Day and she went on one of the dating apps and she had, like, this lovely date. She met this guy, it was all nice. They were, like, drinking a bottle of wine and they're, like, flirting, ha, 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 and because that's how you flirt. And she said, oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom. So she went to the bathroom. She got to the bathroom, put her phone down. She's doing her hair in the mirror, and her phone went boo, boo, like vibrated. So she picked it up and read it, and it was a text message from the date at the table, and she read it. Then she came back out, and the guy sitting there had his head in his hands, and she went, and he went, yeah, I think I just messaged you. And the message read, yeah, mate, we're a bottle of wine down. Think I'm going to fuck her in the bum tonight?
And this... Sorry, Jamie. This friend of yours... Jessica, what about... You're married, right?
Yeah.
You do the Valentine's thing?
No, too risky.
Too risky?
Yeah. Diarrhea day, I call it.
Why is it called diarrhea
I
day?
am allergic to oysters, and I found that out the hard way.
Where were you putting them?
Genuinely.
There was a bottle of wine down.
I think, actually, that people should know this about oysters. That a lot of them, because, no, Jamie, it's important. A lot of oysters contain the norovirus. And the seas are getting warmer, guys.
Quality.
And the bacteria is not dying in the cold seas like it used to. And that's making us sick. And that's making us poo our pants in front of people. Now I know that I was allergic to oysters and not Valentine's Day. The other thing that happened to me on Valentine's Day was that I put candles all around my room and I took off my tights in a sexy way.
That's impossible.
How do you do it like that?
That is impossible. That cannot be done. You're putting too much pressure on yourself.
Yes, that's why I hate
can't be removed
Valentine's.
sexily.
No, exactly. And I caused a fire.
What, from the candles or the friction?
I don't know.
Well, some people love Valentine's Day so much they'll go to any lengths to protect their gifts. OK, most people hate Valentine's Day. True or false? What are you going to go for?
Oh, true.
True.
I think most people hate it.
We all hate it. Do we all hate it?
I think false. I think people do like it. It's a bit of fun, especially for single people.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you the answer is false. Only 33% of people hate Valentine's Day.
Boo!
I'm genuinely shocked by that. I like to shower my girlfriend with gifts on Valentine's Day, and by gifts I mean sperm, and by girlfriend I mean tummy. Words can't express how beautiful I think my girlfriend is, but numbers can. 3 out of 10. Fucking hope she doesn't watch this. So we asked our studio audience, do you find powerful people more attractive, yes or no?
Yes. You know that book, 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah.
The guy
Mainly
that was in it was a very powerful... Like, he did turn out to be a weirdo, but he was really powerful, and he had that hold over that woman, and it just shows you that women do like that sort of thing.
Wasn't so much a hold as a clamp.
Yeah. If you've got a bloke that, like, just ain't powerful, you just don't want him.
No, yes, I do.
Do you?
Yes, I do. I want someone who's at the end of his rope. Someone who's got no more to lose than he already has. I want someone grateful.
What about you, John? Do you like a powerful woman?
Well, I was so sure you were going to say powerful man there. Yeah. Power, just for power's sake, is boring, isn't it? If they're powerful because they've done something, like a rhino is powerful.
Rhinos don't do anything.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't shag a rhino. If a rhino had done something amazing...
You would then shag it?
Well...
The way I understand it is that they always say women like nothing better than a man that makes them laugh. It's just an absolute shame that women find nothing funnier than £1 million in the bank.
What about you, Richard? What do you think?
Well, there are people who are powerful who are attractive as well. So Barack Obama is... he is also attractive.
Thought you were going to pick a woman.
Yeah.
Some people used to find Margaret Thatcher attractive, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. I look at her, I think, war. I would fuck her like she would fuck a northern town. So the question is, do you find powerful people more attractive, yes or no? We asked our studio audience. What do you think they said, Sean?
I think they said, nah.
OK, what do you think, John?
Yeah, obvious, yes. Fact, 100%.
OK, you're going yes. I can tell you the answer is yes. 53% of our studio audience do find powerful people more attractive. Most annoying thing couples do? Well, let's go to our specialist on this. John, what is the most annoying thing that loving couples do?
It's when they finish each other's...
Sentences.
What pisses me off about my male friends is they... Because couples is great, isn't it, when you're in a relationship, but then men feel this obligation to pretend she won't let him come out, when really they just don't want to say to their mates, I'd rather watch a film and shag and listen to you moan on about your life. But they go, yeah, I'd love to calm down a boozer, but she won't fucking let up. Yeah. Just say it. Your relationship is better than your friendship with me. I'll take it. I don't give a shit.
Thing is, John, they're not even watching a DVD or having sex. They'd just rather not go out with you.
That's a lie. That's a lie. They are watching a DVD because I'm watching through their window. You can change your plans, but I'll still be there, whether you know.
Is it when they get captured by Somalian pirates? That's annoying. Oh, God. How long is this going to drag on for?
And they're away for months and they want to whip round and... Oh.
You're a couple. You don't go round the Horn of Africa when you're thinking.
What do you think, Joe?
They're quicker on pedlos.
What do you think, Tina? Most annoying thing couples do?
Lie to each other?
It's not annoying, is it? It's essential.
So you're newly married, right? You've been married less than a year.
Yep.
Do you ever get the sense you're annoying other people? When you go out to dinner in a restaurant, do you talk to each other?
Yeah.
That
When we
annoys
go
me.
out as a couple, though, he can't get a word in edgeways. He's quite quiet.
I'm like that with my husband.
Oh.
He can't get a word in. He's in the hotel at the moment, hungover.
He's in the hotel hungover?
Yeah, it was my birthday yesterday.
Right. And he drank through that, did he? Sure he did, sure.
So what really annoys me about couples is when they don't refuse to put an offer in on any of the villas in Place in the Sun. And Tom and Tina have decided not to make an offer on any of the properties we've seen today. Tina, I just watched you look at 5 properties. What was wrong with that kitchen? You can paint it, you stupid bastard. You're wasting everyone's time.
What do you think, Chris? What's the most annoying thing couples do?
Ask you to join in.
No, they do not do that.
Not let you join in.
Correct.
Is it argue in public?
That's the right thing.
Yes.
Yes, the most annoying thing that couples do is argue in front of other people. My dad had an amazing technique to avoid arguments in our house. He left when I was 2. Most romantic gesture. What's the most romantic thing anyone's ever done for you, Alex?
Taking me to Chicken Cottage. I did read about a man
Go on.
who took his fiancée to a hotel, and the plan was he was going to propose to this lovely girl. And so in the morning, he opened the curtains, and a year before, he'd planted these daffodils, and the daffodil spelt, "Will you marry me?"
But imagine if there'd been a mole he didn't know about, and he'd eaten loads of the bulbs. And then when she pulled the curtains out, it just said, Willie... me. Willie me. He went, ah, those bloody moles!
What's the most romantic thing you've ever done, didn't you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not really romantic like that. I kind of try and, you know, the whining and dining and all that. I skip that, go straight to the point.
Catherine, what's the most romantic thing anyone's ever done for you?
Well, I used to think cooking was really romantic till I saw how it turned out for the guy on Breaking Bad. My current boyfriend's very romantic.
Right.
But it's wasted on me. I'm a bit of a man.
What?
Yeah.
What,
mate? Hey.
John, are you a romantic guy?
I will sometimes, for my girlfriend, I will not deliberately piss her off all day. That's quite romantic. But I'll do a thing if she says something like, can you turn it up a bit? I'll go, I'll turn you up a bit. And I will literally do that for every sentence she says. And sometimes I don't do that, because I'm a good guy.
I need to learn from you.
I think so.
Oh, yeah, he's like Mr. Miyagi, yeah, sure.
Who's Mr. Miyagi?
Mr. Miyagi, you know, from the Karate Kid.
Karate Kid.
No, I've never seen that.
You've never seen the Karate Kid?
It's been on, but I haven't really watched it.
So you're in a room, the Karate Kid's on, but you look the other way. OK, David, most romantic thing you've ever done?
Fart the music from Sonic the Hedgehog.
No way, the whole thing?
Well, certainly it sounded like the start of it, where we both just went, that was the Sonic the Hedgehog music.
What was that second bit?
Was
that you making out with someone?
Yeah.
Can we have that again? Because we want to learn.
Well, there's two classic sorts of making out. There's this.
Oh, that was like Hannibal Lecter.
I opted for the other one, which is this.
Your tongue really flicks. It's got good tongues, actually.
Maybe it's brush your tongue. No, sometimes you brush your teeth, you brush your tongue as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Just out of decency.
You're not meant to do that all the time?
Well, I don't.
Oh.
I don't until it looks like a sort of carpet in a car rental showroom. Car rental place, when it looks like that, there's that sort of olive green carpet you get. Yeah, I think I better brush it now.
You can go too far. I mean, too romantic is weird. I once wrote a girl's name all through an exercise book and sent it to her. I thought it was romantic. It showed devotion and grammatical accuracy.
But too much romance, it can be a bit wet.
So what's the line? What crosses the line for you?
Take somebody out for a meal, great.
Perfect.
Write their name on every page of an exercise book, over the line. So hopefully you're the right side of the line now.
I've zigzagged the
you've
line.
got a girlfriend. Good.
I know, and I've learnt not to be romantic. So that's it. Sometimes I'll throw a wet tea bag at her head, just so she knows.
OK, I'll give you a clue. It's something you might invite someone around for?
Cooking a nice meal.
That's the right answer. Yes, the most romantic gesture is cooking someone dinner. I cooked for my girlfriend last night. She said it was the best lasagna she'd ever tasted, which I think means it was the worst apple crumble ever made. Do you think facial hair is attractive, yes or no?
Call me sexist, but not on women, no.
John, you've got sort of the beginnings of facial hair, haven't you? You've got...
Well, this is just laziness. I just can't be arsed to shave all the time. It's just a waste of time, isn't it, shaving? It's fun, though. I grow it because it's fun. I get it just long enough that I can shave it in instalments. And I'd shave that bit first, so I get a little neat beard, and then I crop it under like that, so you get a little wanker beard. And then you leave it. I feel sorry for women that never get to do that. You never get that.
Oh, I've done that.
Roisin, what do you think?
Depends what's going on with the rest of the face. You can't judge.
How do you mean, what's going on with the rest of the face? What?
Like, it's asking, do you think facial hair is attractive is a bit like saying, do you like teeth? Like, you know...
Yes!
Yeah, but, you know...
I like teeth on a girl.
Yeah, but, you know...
I can't believe we're even having this discussion.
Like, look at Joe.
Yeah, I'm dynamite.
Do you like it? Do you actually like it?
Of course I don't. Who would like this?
It's fun, facial hair, and it's warm as well for winter. It's like a cardigan for your face. Chindigan. It's not attractive, though, is it, to answer the question? It's not sexy, is it?
OK, what do you think?
I'm adamant it's a yes. I think it's very in at the minute. Like, I mean, definitely not that. But, I mean, Joe's... Well, no, not that either. But, like, a kind of... like a designer stubble, like what John's going on, I think it's very attractive.
Well, you're very kind to say so.
Not a problem.
Have you grown a beard? Do you want to try one?
Do I want to try one?
I've brought moustaches.
Definitely.
Oh, my God.
I think that's the one for me. I sort of feel I could run quite a good regional, like a regional department store.
Yeah.
Welcome. Sean, any interest in a moustache? You're more than welcome.
Yeah. Let's have a bloke off the Pringles.
I could sell Pringles, couldn't I? What would you care for?
You've got a buffet of moustaches
I
there.
do, of course I do. Would you like one, Roisin?
Yes, please.
Of course you would. Hang on. Here you go. This will look terrific on you, because I think for the blonde colouring.
Thank you.
No problem at all. Happy to help.
There's no point, Joe. Some games you can't play.
I look like a cat.
You really do look like a cat. Leave it on. I like it. It's... Leave it on for a second. I'm loving it. Did you, It's not unattractive, but you do...
I look better.
I like that. Yes, I am a murderer. It's not my fault.
In terms of attraction, though, I mean, that's pretty sexy, right? Sean?
I feel like I'm in a strange nightclub and I go, oh, they like it.
I'm going to give one to... Should we give one to... Should we give John a proper moustache? It'd be lovely for him to try, wouldn't it?
Moustache, how very dare you.
Fill your boots there.
You bounder, you cad.
Well, I very much like it on you, actually. You've awakened something dark within my sexuality.
Thank you. John looks like a magician.
Is that supposed to be like this? It really hurts.
That's a really good look for you, trust me.
I'm like forgetting things. It's nipping that hard.
You look like a rival cat. You look like you've got whiskers on.
I got one for you, Joe. You can just see what you'd look like with a beard. OK, let's get some answers on this. So, do you think facial hair is attractive?
No, obviously not, no.
Oi!
Yes, sorry, yes, I mean, yes. What was I thinking? I wasn't thinking.
I've nearly kissed two girls.
What do you guys think?
I think facial hair is not attractive.
So you say no, you're saying yes? I can tell you the answer is yes. 64% of our audience think facial hair is attractive. Different beards can mean different things. For example, a Santa Claus-style beard means friendly with kids, whereas a Joe Wilkinson-style beard means too friendly with kids. Biggest turn-off on a date?
Oh.
Go on, Claudia.
A fancy car. There's something wrong with a man who has to drive a nice car. I won't get in it. I won't sleep with them, I won't talk to them, I will just immediately close the door and say bye-bye.
What would be your ideal vehicle of choice? Would it be like a minicab?
No, I'd like a very old, dilapidated car, perhaps that you would have to get into from the back. Nothing would work. Man, he's wearing a fisherman's sweater. Maybe he's got some paint on his hands, because actually he's an artist as well as a fisherman. His hair's like that. He's singing to Duran Duran. You'd get it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd fuck him as well. This is your fantasy. This is...
What does your husband drive?
I don't know, I don't let him out the house.
Biggest turn off on the date, what do you think, Sean?
Well, I made a big mistake once when I was at a bar with this woman, and I thought it was quite cool. I said 2 glasses of champagne, and then I remembered, I said, oh, and a saucer of milk for my rat. And that put her right off.
Jack, what do you think? Worst thing on a date?
One of the worst things, and I've done this, is I met a girl this is many, many years ago for a drink in the bar on a first date, and what you mustn't do ever is start a small fire in their hair. I was lighting a cigarette, and you know how a little tiny bit of the match can come off sometimes? Flicked up, and it landed in her hair as she was looking that way, and it went tss like that, and there was some smoke coming from the back of her head, and she said, "Can you smell burning?" And I had to say, "No, I can't."
Biggest turn-off I've been on a date is M4 Junction 15. Sweeps down and back up. You don't really... It just looks that big, but because you're going uphill, you get to the lights and you get a lovely view of Swindon there. And there's a drive-through Costa on the left. Lucky girl.
What do you think, Josh? You strike me as quite a ladies' man.
No, I'm not good. I went on a date that was so bad at one point. We were struggling for conversation so much, she got out her phone and started choosing a new ringtone.
How old was she? About 11? What did she choose? Like, don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me or something?
It was the funeral march that she chose. No, she just chose, you know, the traditional ring.
She wasn't right for you, Josh. She wasn't right for you. I could smell a bitch like that a mile away. Wish she'd have had a little bit of cider on the old lip.
I had another bad incident when I was meeting a girl and I was meeting her outside the pub and I thought I was quite tired. And when I'm quite tired, I think if I do a few stretches, it'll wake me up. Right. I didn't see her coming, so as she was walking down the street, it looked like I was limbering up.
What were you doing? What kind of move? Show us the move.
Well, so you start with something simple, but it was a long... I didn't realise it was a long street, so it would have started like that.
Yeah, sure.
It got quite pelvic by the end. So there was kind of that one, and then kind of...
Waiting for a girl.
Waiting for a girl just working on those hamstrings.
Yeah.
You don't want to pull one of those at a vital moment later.
Yeah, it was a disaster. Yeah. This whole thing's really brought up some bad memories for me.
I've never felt so good.
OK, so biggest turn-off on a date? What do we think? Let's get some answers.
I don't know, bad breath.
B.O.
I think B.O.
B.O., I'll say.
Is the right answer.
Oh.
Yes, the biggest turn-off on a date is smelling of B.O. If you're on a date with someone who stinks, try and ignore it and make small talk. Ask them what part of France they're from. Most attractive accent.
I'd like to put myself up for this one.
It's a bad noise to start with.
Is it the mosquito accent?
No, I think probably the American accent, I'd say. When I have sex, I always try to do it in an American accent, just to take the edge off this one.
You do an American accent during sex? Could you give us an example of some of the things you say? I can't remember.
Well, you have to... Sexiest American is a sort of, like Mel, but American. I think you actually have a very sexy, low voice. You know, when you're on the bake-off and you're like, bakers, get baking. I'm like, oh, I'll bake you in a minute, Mel.
I'll give you a soggy bottom. You do have a very low It's
I?
like,
That's a
yeah,
sexy
I wouldn't be disappointed if I phoned up one of the numbers.
Really?
I would not be
You?
disappointed to get Mel Goodrich at the other end.
I'm really pleased.
No, it's you've got a lovely voice.
What are you doing now? Tending to my hernia.
Oh, it's poking right out. Sean, what do you think is the sexiest accent?
It's not South African athlete.
Come out of that bathroom right now.
I always find if I don't watch them, the meerkats. But just listen.
Well, just close your eyes for a second. Meerkat saying something sexy, please, John.
Hello, I am Alexander. I come to touch your penis.
What about lady meerkat? With very nice low voice.
Yeah.
I am Svetlana, Sean. Hello.
That's very good.
Let me creep up your trouser.
The accent is not as important as what someone's saying, is it?
Are you only saying that because your voice is...
Nauseating, yes. But if, like, the Birmingham accent is renowned as one of the less naturally alluring, but if it's saying, "You enjoying that sandwich? Do you mind if I give you a blowjob? I'll give you 100 quid."
Tell you what, I met a taxidermist from Birmingham. He was amazing, and he said, "I've got a stuffed baboon out the back."
That's sexy as well.
Is it?
Everything you're doing is doing it for me. Right, most attractive accent. Let's try and get this. Go on.
I mean, the answer is obviously the Irish accent, isn't it? It's the only one that
No, it can't be. Surely. Really? Have I an untapped resource in my mouth? Wait.
The most attractive accent is the Irish accent.
No!
Yeah. Well done, John. So the most attractive accent is the Irish accent, which makes me wonder why Louis Walsh hasn't been more successful with the ladies. Best way to impress your in-laws?
I just used a knife and fork. They're Irish. Do you know that the Irish don't put their knife and fork together after a meal?
They don't put their knife and fork together
No,
again?
and it really spun me out for the first year of my relationship with my Irish husband because, firstly, I just never knew if he'd finished, which I found really uncomfortable. And secondly, I just thought when you...
Was this just at meal times?
Just at meal times.
I never had a problem with in-laws. In-laws I'm good with. Mums and dads, they like me. I'm the sort of person you want to take home to your mum and dad and then leave, and then you go out and have a good time. Have a lovely chat about the route there. Love that. It's a cliched, hated question. Love a bit of that. How did you get here? I'll tell you, Ron. I'll tell you.
Reversed into a parked car and then just went straight down the
I like to behave when I meet my in-laws like a little Japanese girl. I come in and I bow at everything. I bow like that. And every time they say something, I go... And they love that. And everything they say, I go... And I think that really makes them like me. And it creates a sort of warm... They relax. Another good one is, if they've laid out a lovely tea, just pick up the trifle and do it in one go. Like that. Now I'm going to drive. Or... If they ask you how you're going to provide for their daughter, just go, she'll be all right, and pull a stocking. Everyone down now! There you go. See? She'll be fine. Don't worry, I'll look after your princess.
All good ideas. Rob, your in-laws, what are they like?
They're nice, yeah. I think they've just grown to love me. They've just accepted me because they're a bit posh.
They're different.
They're different, yeah. They're posh.
They're a bit posh.
Yeah.
Find if who isn't.
Yeah, but they do. Homemade baba ganoush. That's a different level, isn't it?
Homemade baba ganoush?
Yeah.
I've never had homemade baba ganoush.
No. I ate some before I knew what it was. That's not the right way round, is it?
What is it?
Some little brown dipshit. I don't know. He dipped something.
How much posher is your girlfriend than you, then? So when you first turned up, did they go, what have we done? Why is she trying to get back at us?
Let's put it this way. She's been to watch the polo with Harry and William playing, and me and my brother Joe used to have boxing fights at Christmas in front of the family.
OK, best way to impress your in-laws. What do you think?
Good job.
A good job's number 3.
Make them laugh.
That's the right answer. Yes, the best way to impress your in-laws is to make them laugh. Number 9 on the list is admire their house. Oh, this is lovely. I look forward to inheriting this when you're dead. Most people find tattoos attractive, true or false? Let's go to the expert.
True.
Have you got any tattoos?
I've got 3 little dots on my little finger, that's it.
Hold that up to the camera. Here's the world's shittest tattoo. But you work in the industry. You're a receptionist and a tattooist.
Yeah, I love my 3 dots. It's like to be continued.
Yeah, how many have you got, Jim? You've got small. Why'd you have small written on your
I have
arm?
loads of shit ones. They're everywhere. So I've got small here.
Why?
Because...
It's a dick pic photo reminder.
I've got small. I've got hug here.
What
You look like
made
Scrabble.
And then I got one. Paisley knows this
Yeah,
one.
you came to us.
I've got a teddy bear with a balloon.
Oh,
That's his best tattoo, though.
It's the best one. So I've got that one.
My mate went in and asked for a Celtic band, and they did a tattoo of the Pogues.
Paisley, what's the worst tattoo you've ever seen?
There was this larger man with like a big beer belly, and
Right.
he came in and he whipped his top up and he had a woman with her legs spread and his belly button was her nunny. But because he'd gained so much weight, it looked like she was giving birth out of minging.
Joe, have you got a tattoo?
Yep. I've got quite a few nipples tattooed down my front, so when I'm nude, I look like a suckling pig.
A lot of people have tattoos, also have little piercings, right? And what I've always noticed, you know, like the tongue one, right? Why does it never rust? You know what I mean? And then why not just make barbecues out of that metal? Because most mouths are wet inside.
It's because it's silver. It's silver, and I don't think silver rusts.
No, what about the spoon you had as a kid?
Can you tell what are your top tips for people that are thinking about getting a tattoo?
First one, be sober.
Be
'Cause
sober.
the amount of people that come in, they're like, oh yeah, I was pissed and my mates, they've got a tattoo.
Joe, that's you out. OK. Second tip.
Be sure, like, come up with the design or whatever, or get them to draw it up, have the idea in your head, and then think about it for, like, weeks, months, whatever, because it's going to be on your body forever.
OK, so tip number 3.
Be ready for the pain. Like, you've got to get yourself in the zone, because it fucking hurts.
What was it the second dot that really started?
OK, let's get some answers on this now. So, most people find tattoos attractive. True or false? What are you going to say?
I think it's false.
You think it's false?
Okay.
Oh, see, I want to go true.
You're going to say true, I'm going to say false. But you have
But then I'm around them more. I see them all the time. I'm like, good tattoos are quite attractive.
You also said you sort of hinted you would do Ed Balls as well, so I don't think we can trust you.
I wasn't going to do him. I was just going to, like, take him out, teach him how to twerk or something.
Can you do it?
Yeah, I can.
Can you?
Yeah.
Go on, give us a go, Paisley.
Can we see it?
I don't know if you're going to see enough booty movement in the jeans. So step 1 is like you spread your legs. Step 2, you drop it low.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you drop it low,
Step
yeah.
3, hands on your knees, and then you just go up and down.
I feel like I don't have enough junk in my
Babe,
trunk to get
I've got too much
wobbling.
junk in my trunk, darling. There's loads there.
I mean, I just don't. I've no art. I've just like it's just sort of like.
No, you've got enough. You've got enough.
Like I'm sorry.
You haven't followed the steps, babe. Step 1, spread them.
I mean, if you go out and show her, please. Yeah, sure. OK, a little demonstration.
You've got to give them some.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Step
right,
2,
okay,
drop it
2.
low.
Yeah.
Drop it low.
Like you're busting a
I feel
squat.
like something might fall out.
Hands on your knees, and then it's all here.
God, my back. Yeah.
Just give it a little.
Can I hold my back while I do it?
And that was, OK. So most people find tattoos attractive. True or false? What are you going to say, Rob?
I think we're going for true. I'm sorry, but
you're going for true. OK.
Majority rules.
What are you going to go for?
What do you think, Joe? Whatever you fancy.
Ooh, chicken and chips.
Yes from Joe.
What are you going to say?
True, we do.
False.
Oh, no, we mean false.
You're going false, you're going
False.
true.
Oh,
I can tell you the answer is false. Only 41% of people find tattoos attractive. There are 5 main types of tattoo: tribal, Japanese, prison, stag do and shit. Best way to let someone know you fancy them?
Make them a mixtape.
I love a mixtape.
Yeah.
What would you put on? What's your go-to track?
True Colours.
Oh, Cyndi Lauper. Go on.
Aerosmith, Don't Want to Miss a Thing.
Oh my God, I would so fuck you.
Jamie, the question's not how would you tell someone you fancy him in 1998.
Can't you just make a playlist or something and just send it to him? Like,
it's a bit more
Where's
romantic,
the
isn't it?
Bit more romantic. You're making effort.
Well, let's go to the king of romance. Joe, what would you do?
Well, one of the things I usually do is I perform all of Kylie Minogue's dance moves from the past 25 years in a loincloth, or stand at the end of the bed while they're asleep.
I mean, you joke, but that is essentially the milk tray adverts, which they brought back. It's like a man in a cloak with a hat on creeps up in the middle of the night, up your drain pipe, gets in through the window when you're in the bathroom on your own, brushing your teeth or something. Then he goes over to your bed, leaves a box of chocolates, and do you call the police? No, you don't, because women love sweets. Oh, we're so distracted by sweets.
No, they do call the police.
There's certain things you can tell or read someone if they fancy you. One of them is playing with your own hair. If you play with your own hair while talking to someone...
You've not got long left, have you, mate?
There's also the if you laugh and touch at the same time.
What about if they push their nose into the back of your head while you're having a woo?
What do you think? How would you let someone know you fancy them?
Give them a smile. Laugh at their jokes. I'm pretty obvious about it, all right, mate?
Well, that sounds like the noise they make when they see the milk tray man leaving the window. A lot of people say, though, like, you've got to give them the eye. Like, giving them the eye, but I don't know what...
Go on, give us the eye. Let's
try and give you... I don't know, this one, I don't know.
Give them the boss eye.
No.
I think too much of my teeth come out when I'm doing the eye, innit? I'm trying to look sexy by pulling my eyes back in, but then my mouth comes out.
Jade, give us the eye.
Oh, I've got a lazy eye. This is not going to come out well.
You look like you're playing hard to get, then.
Go on, look at me.
I'm looking right at you.
Oh, does that one go that way a bit?
Yeah, that one goes off, and I'm looking right at you.
You should get a job in security. You've got it covered.
What happened to love letters, though? They were...
Emails. Oh, God.
Love letters were... Do you know... I used to write love letters when I was younger. I used to send love letters and then hand them over at school. I used to do that the whole time.
You went to an all-boys school, didn't you?
I did.
Best way to let someone know you fancy them, what do you think?
Laughing at their jokes.
Laughing at their jokes, I think that's a good one.
Giving them compliments?
Giving them compliments.
I can tell you that's number 2.
Staring without blinking.
Do you know what? I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you that. The top way to let someone know you fancy them is giving them lots of eye contact. Yes, the best way to let someone know you fancy them is eye contact. When a girl looks at me, I can tell in a flash what she's thinking. She's thinking, I wish she'd stop flashing me. Best way to compliment a man. What do you think?
That's flaccid.
I think the best way to compliment a man is the same way as you're going to give him bad news. You've got to sort of bamboozle him a bit, so just be unbuttoning. Whatever you're about to say, just be unbuttoning.
Like a Russian doll.
Like a Russian doll.
Just one after the other.
Honestly, absolute game changer.
That definitely does not work the other way round. Like, there's no way you can compliment a woman being like, hey, I quite like the look of your fat... What are you doing?
So, Kathy,
Yes.
What's the best compliment you've ever given a man?
Well, I suppose if you tell a man he's really funny, they always like that, don't they?
Tell him he's funny is number 3 on the list.
Is it? Oh,
yeah,
really?
it's like things that guys like to hear.
Okay, well, I'm nearly there then.
Kathy, do you ever do anything kind of like, news just in, you're about to get banged?
The worst compliment I ever had was I got complimented for having a nice eye. Singular. And then I went, oh, do you mean eyes? And he went, no.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and
Which one?
I mean, I literally,
Let's have a look.
I'm not into that much self-abuse. I didn't go, which one do you like, man? Tell me I made the other one nice.
OK, best way to compliment a man?
It's weird, though, with compliments, because some things are compliments in some cultures and some aren't. So, like, burping can be rude, but in some countries it's like a sign of a good meal. In Thailand, showing you the soles of your feet is offensive, but firing ping-pong balls at your fanny is fine. And if anything, showing your feet would probably help firing them.
Do you know what? I've really got your meaning here already.
Oh, no, I'm just trying to do that.
Is it just to roll over and go to sleep?
No, the opposite of that.
That was the best I've ever had.
We'll give it to you. The best way to compliment a man is to tell him he's good in bed. Yes, the best way to compliment a man is to tell him he's good in bed. When it comes to sex, I pride myself on making sure any woman I'm with has the most satisfying and fulfilling 7 seconds of her life. What's the worst thing to do on a first date? Is it talk about an ex or drink too much?
Ooh. What? I mean, you've seen it all, Freddie.
I think it's about both.
What, drinking too much and talking about it?
Yeah, the more you drink, the more you talk about your ex.
And the drinking thing is dangerous because sometimes you sit down and it's on a first date with someone and you're thinking, OK, I don't like him, he's shouting a bit, I don't like his opinion about that. And then you have a glass of wine and you're like, meh.
He seems fine. Should we take a look at first dates? I think this girl might have had one too many drinks.
It's like, right, do you know what?
I like my house. I love my house music.
We get like a fucking house on fire. House music, we get people, I love a bit of R&B.
Yeah, but can you cut shapes though?
What, you're just going to be two-step and pretend you got your aviators on?
No, mate, I can cut it up.
How can you be sitting there throwing shapes to nothing, or have you got a song in your head?
Because you're right on time. Say hi, my boy. Where we going? A bit of house, singing la la, baby.
Whose house?
Keep up the vibe, baby.
As far as for relationship and whatever else, probably not.
To be continued.
So good.
I don't know what I'd do. It'd just be one of them, wouldn't it? Like, if a girl does that to you on a date, you're just like...
You haven't seen the show, have you? So this is your first time you've been exposed. It's so good. They've got so many different people from so many genders and ages and backgrounds.
All the genders.
All the genders.
We've just opened a hotel, actually. The first date hotel.
What do you mean, a hotel? Like, do you mean so, like, you're encouraging them to have sex on the
No,
Why are you having a hotel?
Because it gives people more opportunity to meet and they have more time to get to know
shag
each other.
brains out. Do you get girls who on dates go up to you and go,
I'd rather have you?
Yeah.
All the time.
Oh, my God. I'm not surprised.
That's why he does the show.
That's why he got the hotel.
Doing that with his key cards.
OK, let's get back to the question on this. So, what's the worst thing to do on a first date? Talk about an ex or drink too much? So, Desiree, what do you think?
I feel like the ex thing is gonna be way worse than the getting drunk thing. I feel like half of first dates are about getting drunk.
Yeah.
Like, you walk in there, you see the person, you're like, nope, let's do this, let's get it out the door. Like, I only have friends I've dated, first dates I've screwed, and people I'm never seeing again. So, like, if I walk in there and I'm just kind of like, you know in, like, the first, like, less than a minute where it's going.
Do you know I know straight away? Like, forget about exes or drinking. If you go for a curry and the 5 poppadoms comes out and they just crush it down the middle.
Oh, pisses me off.
Get out.
So they crush. If they crush
Oh
the
no,
poppadoms...
let's just crush them all and share them. Yeah, why don't you fuck off and I'll eat my poppadom?
What's the problem with the crushing these? OK, worst thing that's ever happened to you on a date?
Once, I went out with a guy, and he didn't tell me he had a girlfriend, so I found out when I woke up in his house, and he'd gone to work, and she let herself in, and I was only wearing tights, because he had a thing about tights. It's a good thing to sort of bring up. I'm not into that.
So genuinely, he didn't mention...
No!
Also, on a first date, to go straight into tight fetish, he's full on, isn't he? He's not messing about. He says, what I like, when I like, are you up for it? Bosh.
Rob, worst thing on a date?
Oh, this is bad, though.
Yeah, go on.
Basically, in the morning, I shit myself. So what I did was, like, in just my the pants, but luckily it didn't go anywhere, like, on the bedroom, it was just in the pants. So basically, I got my pants and put them in a plastic bag, and then I went out of the shower, got ready, and I thought, what I did is I just pick the plastic bag up and drop it in a street bin.
Yeah, great.
Classic. Did not remember to pick up the plastic bag. I thought, what can I do here? So I just texted and said, there's a bag on your bed, pick it up, put it in a street bin, and never look in it. And then she texts back going, I did it, and I did look in it.
Yeah. Never trust a fart.
Never trust a fart.
I feel like that's not going to be one of your opening monologues on first dates. But as I always say, never trust a thought.
So, Aisling, let's get towards an answer on this. So, talk about an ex or drink too much. What do you reckon it would be?
I think I'm going to let the expert decide. So which do you think it is? Which is worst?
Maybe drinking too much.
We're going
so
for
you think drinking too much?
Yeah.
Sarah, what
I think
would
it's
you...
the exact opposite. I think talking about an ex is worse.
I have to agree with Sarah. Désolé, mon ami.
pas grave.
Oh, I know. Just said Brexit means Brexit.
What do you think, Rob?
I think maybe drinking too much.
It depends what you like when you're drunk, though, because some people can just, like my brother, he drinks a lot, but he'll just fall asleep. No matter where he is. But then me, when I'm drunk, I'm one of them people that people have to come up to and go, right, yeah, it's home time now, I think you should go home.
I think it's the ex thing still.
Really?
Because,
I think
like,
an ex is worse.
Is the way worse. Like, if your brother is the one who's the drunk who falls asleep, I'm just going to take his wallet. That was a great date.
Yeah.
It was an excellent date, perfectly. I'm up when I leave.
So you think talking about your ex?
Yeah, for sure.
You think talking about your ex?
I think talking about your ex is a lot worse than that.
Cool, yeah. We're going to go for drinking.
He's in charge, he's gone to his head. So you've gone drink, you've gone ex. OK. Well, I can tell you, the worst thing you can do on a date is talk about your ex.
Yeah!
Yes, the worst thing you can do on a date is talk about your ex. That's why when I'm on a first date, I always just complain about my current girlfriend. Most attractive accent. What do you think, Michelle? Because you've got quite a distinctive voice.
Oh, I mean, yeah, this is the sexiest. Can we just get it? Who want to wake up next to this? I mean, this with the hair in the morning, it's like a shrill lion. Good morning. Hey, where'd that boner go? Come on. Get it out. Get it out.
What's your favourite accent? What do you like?
I'm from Nottingham. My accent's like right in the middle. There's not much to it, but don't know. Italian? Don't know. Twang to it.
Now you say that, I do get a boner when a Dolmio advert's on. I find the South African accent quite intimidating.
Oh, it's very sexy.
Especially when I go for a piss in the middle of the night.
It's the only accent I can do.
Is it?
Yes, South African. I can do that. I can sound aggressive.
Yeah, it's scary, isn't it?
Yes.
It's like, would you like some ice cream?
Yes, I would.
I like New York gay Latino, like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening right now. Oh my God. No? I'm going to do that in Bill Cosby, that's it.
Do Bill Cosby.
Yeah, you never see a Bill Cosby impression anymore. Come on, let's treat ourselves.
Theo, you cannot borrow the car. Ask your mother, Felicia, for some ice cream. I don't know what I'm doing.
The most attractive accent, so let's get some guesses. What do you think?
Oh. Spanish up there?
No.
I'm going to go for Irish.
You go Irish?
Yeah.
I do.
I love an Irish accent.
Do you?
Yeah, I think it's lovely, beautiful accent.
Thank you. I mean, I don't know, though, if that's true, because most of my ex-boyfriends have said that their favourite accent is silence.
You're absolutely right.
Genuinely?
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Finally. Yes, the most attractive accent is Irish. It doesn't matter if they're offering to sell you a horse, phoning in a coded warning, or telling you to scream if you want to go faster. The Irish accent is irresistible. I daren't even look. I daren't.
Your granny will be ashamed of that joke.
Never mind my granny, my mum.
Jimmy Carr!
Jimmy Carr, you're a fucking disgrace. Top thing people get jealous about.
People who can do you know poached eggs? We can all poach an egg using a little boat, but using the swirling technique.
Yeah, I try and it always ends up looking like a testicle with a ghost.
When I was growing up, I used to be jealous of the rich kids that had, you know, like the motorised little BMW car things that they'd go around their garden in. And now I can afford one, I can't fit in them.
You could get one for your own child.
Nah, because then I think, spoilt brat.
Ellie, what do you get jealous of?
I think I get quite jealous, like, if I hear my husband on the phone to another woman and you just hear her being like, press 4 for customer service.
Whore!
What do you guys get jealous of?
I get career jealous. Career jealousy.
Yeah, I get jealous of North Korea.
Do you get jealous of people's careers?
Yeah. I found out one of the highest paid actresses in England is the Witch of Wookey Hole.
The kids show?
No, she's actually in Wookey Hole, which is a cave, and she just pops out at people and she's just a witch. And that's a proper job that she's on like 40 grand a year for that.
Sorry, you're jealous of a witch that lives in a cave? I mean, all right, I think we could probably get you that.
Pretty low, Jimmy.
David, do you ever do anything? Have you ever made anyone very jealous?
Oh, well, my friend Mike and I, he lives near a cafe where I drink very strong coffee. And I go to his house and do shit sometimes. And I did one recently that was so big.
What was the question again?
The question was about... I mean, I tell you who misheard. David O'Doherty.
And he was like, that's a sweet job you've done there, you know?
OK, top thing people get jealous about.
People that can spell definitely. I've got DEF, after that I've got nothing left in the locker. That's why Defo was invented.
New girlfriends or new boyfriends?
Yeah, that's a good answer, yeah.
It's that sort of area.
Flirting
with the, yeah.
Flirting is exactly it. Yes, the top thing people get jealous about is their partner flirting. I'm a bit of a flirt. Just last night, I had a girl give me a look that left me in no doubt as to what she wanted. She wanted me to fuck off. Biggest turn-off on a dating profile?
Favourite hobbies, handstands. Swipe. Favourite hobbies, cat's cradles. Swipe.
What age are the people you're meeting?
I think it's the abbreviations are confusing, isn't it? When they put, like, GSOH. I thought she just worked at Great Ormond Street Hospital, but...
I also think it's strange on dating profiles when people are like, don't be over 30, don't live at home with your parents, do have more than one friend that's not Rob Beckett. Like, when people put something demands on their dating profile, I sort of think, well, you know, come on, you wouldn't be here if you had loads of options.
Is that what you write back? That's...
People should tell you your heights, because there's nothing worse than going into a bar to meet someone and kind of seeing like this, where like, you're kind of like, oh, that must be him. Pleased to meet you, and you're like, no way, what?
Catherine, what do you think?
I was only on them for a brief time.
Sure, let's go with that.
I can't put my own face on because I'm a television celebrity in a way. And so I put my sister's picture. She's younger than I am, but not as good looking. You don't want a picture of you that's better looking than you are, and then you're a letdown. You want a picture of you that's not as good looking and not as rich or famous, and then you walk in.
But I've met your sister, and I've got some terrible news for you.
For gays, a lot of the apps that we have in our community are things like Grindr. It's usually got a picture of a bloke with his top off, taken in his bathroom mirror, and I sort of knew it was never going to work for me when I found myself ignoring the person in the photograph and started judging him instead on the bathroom around him. Oh, dreadful grouting. I don't think we'd have anything in common at all.
Why is it called Grindr? Why don't they call it Grind Him?
Big.
It's nothing to do with the pepper.
What?
Aisling, don't be so
Oh,
disgusting.
that's optimistic, Aisling.
Somebody once on a dating profile tried to start a conversation with me by sending me a photograph of their arsehole. And I just responded with, what an opening!
It is weird, the stuff you get sent. I did this podcast, and a man sent me, after he listened to it, a picture of his erect penis on Instagram in a private message, and said, thank you very much, I really enjoyed listening to your podcast, and as you can see, it helped me with my depression.
See, that's the thing. We don't need to be on dating sites because we just get dick pics sliding in wherever. Instagram, Twitter, the FB, anywhere.
Yeah, this guy gets a lot of dick pics. OK, so biggest turn-off on a dating site. Well, Tom, you got very close earlier. I think Aisling sort of was closer.
Ooh, sending a picture of a penis.
I'll give you that. That's close enough. Yeah. Yes, the biggest turn-off on a dating profile is semi-naked pictures. Although, trust me, naked semi-pictures are worse. Most people wish their partner was a better dancer, true or false?
Ooh. True. I mean, I work on a show and we get celebrities to dance better, so I'd assume if you have to sleep with them at night.
You don't have to, but you do.
Yeah.
So good.
Shot fired! Shots fired!
Well, I meant if you're with them or you're married to them, you prefer them to dance better.
If you're with them or if you're married to them, sometimes you get confused, don't you?
Actually, though, if you went out with a guy who wasn't a dancer, have you found that men are very intimidated by you?
As you pass a Dobley across to them.
How long have you been with your husband?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
And then before that, were you always dating dancers?
No, I never dated dancers before that.
So what was the last job the guy had?
He was an IT technician.
And did that turn you on and then turn you off again?
I don't want my wife to be a better dancer, but even if I did, I wouldn't tell her.
Yeah,
imagine that, like getting home from work and like getting the kids to bed, doing a bit of dinner, and going, "Oh, you're such a wonderful woman and great mum, but you're dancing." You just need because it's at the moment. Just work on that, please.
Actually, I think this is going to sound sexist now, but I think women in general are much better dancers than men. And I realised it because my sister's hen do. Going to see male strippers is so different to going to see female strippers because it's hysterical. My sister accidentally headbutted one. He lay her down on the floor so that he could grind on her, and she just thought, oh no, this isn't for me, and tried to stand up, and she got him. Yeah. And also, Annie reckons that she got a pubic lice in her eye. From someone sweating and gyrating.
Yeah, but that's so Annie.
My personal trainer used to be a stripper.
Yeah.
And he has some incredible stories from back in the day. One of which includes he got home and the next morning woke up and went, I'm like a bit, I feel like there's something down there. And it was an enormous fingernail in his ball sack.
Oh! Sarah, you're missing a nail.
Are you a good dancer, Sarah?
No. I'm like conga at a wedding. Like, if there were badges, I've got that one. And even that, I'm not very good at. There's so many things to think about in terms of you don't want to lead it, too much pressure, and also you don't want to split off into a smaller conga. Oh. And that's what I thought about Theresa May's dancing, actually, because she did look like someone who thought she was going to be followed by a line of people all doing it together.
Oh, yes. A metaphor for Brexit. No one's fucking joining in.
Ryman, are you a good dancer?
I wouldn't say I'm good. Like, after a couple of drinks, like, I'll have a go, yeah.
You wish your partner was a better dancer? Russell, are you a good dancer?
Well, I did dress up once as Beyonce on television and learnt the whole of Crazy in Love. And I was single at the time, and that was the most female attention I ever had from anything I did on TV, was when I dressed as a woman and danced. I went out with this one girl, for a few times, obviously, didn't sleep with her straight away. And it's getting right to the vital moment, you know, like, and all the clothes come, and she honestly stopped and went, "Can you just do something for me?" She said, "Can you do the Beyonce dance right at the vital moment?" You know, when you're like in your pants and shit like that.
Did she put a ring on it?
I think it's a generational thing as well, though, as to how good a dancer you are. Like, my mum's a decent dancer because she was a punk in the 70s, so she was, like, rebellious in her youth. Like, my generation, I think unless the song tells us move by move what to do, we can't do it.
So, most people wish their partner was a better dancer. What are you going to say, true or false, Rob?
Yeah, we think yes.
You think yes, you think true, you think false. Well, I can tell you the answer is false. Only 41% of people wish their partner was a better dancer. My girlfriend dances like she makes love with other people. I have 2 left feet. I keep them in my special freezer in the basement.
I'm sorry, I just find, like, the basement thing's funny.
Would you go on a blind date?
I've never been on a blind date, but I did take my mum to Nando's after she had a detached retina operation.
Judy?
I would go on a blind date.
Have you been on a blind date?
I've been on a blind date before. His name was Adam, but when I turned up, he looked like Amanda. And I had a lucky escape because I just walked away because, obviously, he was expecting someone called Lindsay with blonde hair.
It's quite nice because there's no investment, isn't it? Like, you don't know the person. If you don't like them, you're never going to see them again. So you can just go, right, you're not a keeper, so don't speak because I want to enjoy my dinner. It's rare I get a night away from my husband. So I'm just going to sit here and enjoy my dinner. And you don't have to... You know when you're, like, younger and you go, oh, don't eat that food on a date and don't eat that food on a date because you won't... But as you get older, you let all that go. Like, I'll just put on a feed bag and just like... shush, I'm on a blind.
You've got to be really careful with that mime, I think, when we're talking about dating. Nish, have you ever been on a blind date?
Yeah, with actually a girl who did something very similar.
Don't speak.
No, I've never been on a blind date, and I think if I went on one now, my girlfriend would be semi-furious. But I don't really see, like, it seems like quite an exciting thing. But do people go on blind dates anymore? I thought everybody was just...
Yeah, but that's like a blind date, really, online, because they don't look nothing like what they look like on the picture.
Especially if they tell you they're blonde and called Lindsay.
Natasha?
I've never been on a date. I've been on one date and I was 20, I think I was like 23, and I was so nervous that I said I was 17. And he was, and he
Were you going on a date with R. Kelly?
No, but he was...
Have you been on Tinder? Have you ever been on Tinder?
I have, but the only thing I did on it was have, like, really disgusting, sexy conversations with really, really weird men.
How was it weird?
We're just being like, I'm a little mouse and I want some butter.
OK, well, I'm made of questions right now. You're a little mouse and you want some butter. Any other
just
examples?
So many weird... I'm really
OK.
weird, just like, do you want to come and nibble on my bread tits? Are you a little rat like me? Squeak, squeak. And, you know, it was very, like, rodent-based. And then you just realise you're on your own on a Sunday afternoon in bed being like... This one man was like, I'm going to come, where are you? And I said, where are you? And he said, Tesco's.
Cilla Black must be turning in her flipping grave.
Fred, is there any hope for Natasha?
I don't know, actually.
And he believes in, like, love.
The world is very big.
Like my panties, but listen...
You're currently in a relationship, yes?
Yes.
And what was your first date like?
It was great.
Where did you go?
We went to a local place in Peckham, and, yeah, we had a good time.
Was that you found your partner over here?
Yeah.
Are you going to say you could have been a contender now?
Of course!
How would you, if Fred was single, OK, what would you do now to sort of... What would be your approach?
You know something, Freddie? Me have the jerk sauce. And it
hot. I like it medium.
I met my husband through a blind date.
Really?
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I wasn't on the blind date with him. I went on a blind date because I'd been single for quite a long time, so I'd gone a bit feral. And someone set me up on a blind date, and I went on the blind date, and it was shit. But he introduced me to my now husband.
Oh.
I do think it's a nice idea in a blind date. You might find romance through that person.
Yeah, see it as an opportunity to network.
Yes, it's networking, absolutely.
Nish, have you dating history once?
Oh, you know, Jimmy, I will have kissed my fair share of women. Brackets 3. I was Mr. French at university, French kissing. No, I mean, listen, it's a miracle that I ever managed to sexualise any lady.
Well, I mean, when you speak like that, you really feel like...
Ted Bundy confession tape.
OK, so we asked our studio audience, would you ever go on a blind date? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yes.
These people, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, the answer is yes. 56% of our studio audience
There you
would go on a blind date. On the 90s TV show Blind Date, you chose a person based on the sound of their voice. Silly, really. Now we have Naked Attraction, where you just pick your favourite cock and balls. Biggest turn-off on a date?
Smelly helmet.
I was going to say birthday. That is outrageous.
That amazing. Well, I suppose the equivalent for boys is disco fanny.
I heard someone describe it once as being a bit gamey.
Gamey?
Not mine! Not mine!
Have you ever seen The Great Wall of Vagina? Yes. Isn't it beautiful? It's a wonderful work of art, I think my favourite, actually, where about 70 vulvas are cast in stone. Yes.
Do you know what,
Yeah.
Tom? If somebody had asked me to guess your favourite work of art, that would not have been in the top.
No, I think it's curious. I think it's because I'm so familiar with the other. I want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Just he keeps on giving.
Do you know, whenever, like, because as women, we get our bits looked at all the time, don't we? Like nurses, gynecologists, fuck it, let the window cleaner have a look, everyone. Every time a nurse or a gynecologist has looked at my bits, they've told me I've got a lovely cervix. Right? Now, I don't know what that means, but I do know that in my life, I've been told my cervix is lovely way more than I've been told my face is.
Did they say that? That's a lovely one. You can eat your dinner off that.
I think it just means that it's got good blood flow and it's sort of shiny. I used to be a nurse, so you can tell, can't you?
You used to be a nurse?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that. How fascinating. Have you seen a lot of them then?
Quite a lot, yeah. The most disturbing thing I've ever seen is it can happen sometimes when people get old, things get a little bit change place. I've seen a woman shit out of her vagina, that's what I'm saying.
Catherine Ryan!
Look, they get what they pay for.
Yeah. That wins, that's worse than smelly helmet.
Funny story, that's how it got smelly. I thank you. No, thank you. A new low. What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you on a date, Tom?
Oh, I went to a Damien Hirst exhibition
Right.
with a date, and he wouldn't go in the butterfly room.
Is that a euphemism, Tom?
No. It was this beautiful, capacious room with sugared walls, and the butterflies were flying all around us. And he darted out in acute fear.
So I went on a date once with this guy, and he had a laugh like the Count from Sesame Street.
Mm.
Jimmy? I can't have that, that would drive me mad. It's very different to yours, Jimmy.
You know what show you're on, right?
I don't normally go on dates. I just sort of start sleeping with my friends. But if a waiter or a hotel concierge calls that man Mr. Ryan, I'm just like, oh. I just start packing his bags right then and there. They call him Mr. Ryan because obviously that's the reservation, that's the credit card. He's fine with me paying for everything. But as soon as the waiter calls him Mr. Ryan, I know he's out in 3 weeks. So now I've set my Tinder perimeters to only guys called Mr. Ryan. Already called that.
OK, let's get some answers on this. So, biggest turn-off on a date?
Well,
what? I had someone burp at me on a date once.
What, as he leant in for a kiss, or just...
No, he just wanted to be rude to me, so he burped at me.
Bad
like,
boy.
he slurped his drink, leaned back and went, ugh. Yeah, so I think the biggest turn-off on a date is probably manners.
Well, rudeness?
What, it's a kind of rudeness. What's causing the rudeness?
Oh, getting drunk.
Drunk.
Being pissed. Getting drunk on a date.
That's the right answer, yeah.
Well
Yes, the biggest turn-off on a date is arriving drunk. In my experience, the biggest turn-off on a date is when you get back to hers and you can't wait to get her upstairs, but then it takes ages in the standard stair lift. Really kills the mood. So most people think being good at baking is sexy. True or false?
Baking is sexy.
Yeah?
Especially if you bake with, like, dark chocolate.
What's the sexiest thing to bake then? If you were, you know, trying
If I was sliding into someone's DMs.
If you were sliding into someone's DMs, I'm going to bake you a cake. What cake do you bake?
I'll go chocolate caramel.
Stop it.
Yeah. And then probably, like, candied hazelnuts on top. Yeah. 4 layers.
Yeah.
That's just dessert, though. There's dessert after, but can't talk about that.
You have 2 desserts?
I think he's talking about shagging.
Oh. I was genuinely more turned on about the fact there'd be 2 cakes to eat. I'm so excited.
Would you say something sexy while you're baking? Would you be like, hey, does this make your lemon drizzle?
Oh.
Odd story of the first time, well, what I thought was the first time I met Liam from Bake Off.
Oh, my gosh,
But it was
I remember
not the
this.
first time I met Liam from Bake Off. So I am at Extra Slice. Liam comes up to me, and this is just after the #MeToo campaign started.
Where's
It's
this
just
story
after that
going?
happened. Exactly. Liam comes up to me and goes, you showed me your bra once when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And everyone around me is like, and I'm like, no, I don't. What did I? How? What did I do? And then you were like, yeah, you lifted up your top and showed me your boobs.
Yeah.
And it's still, nothing is coming back, which is not always a good sign. And then he goes, yeah, we were in a TV show together and I played someone. You should have opened with that.
It was my pal that asked to see your tits for a $5.
Yes, in the
Yeah.
show,
In the show.
Liam.
In the show.
In the show!
If baking made people sexy, no, it can't, because I don't go into Greg's and think I really want to bang the staff.
Ed, do you do any baking?
No, because as we've established, I'm type 1 diabetic, so... If you discover me in a flat baking, it means I've hit rock bottom.
Aisling, do you bake?
Well, I did the Bake Off.
How'd you do? Go on, did you win?
Well, I came joined 3rd out of 4, so yeah. I did. It's a lot more stressful when you're actually in there. Have you done it?
Yeah, I did it. And it was really stressful, but I had a great time. I made a unicorn cake. I made a shoe bun tower that looked like a unicorn because they asked us to make self-portraits out of shoe.
I understood about half of those words. You know you're not a unicorn, though, right?
No, I was doing an inner self-portrait of, if you cut me open, there'd be sort of unicorn horns and glitter as blood.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting birth, isn't it? Galloping out.
How about you, Lou? Do you bake?
Badly, yeah, really badly. But I am sexy when I do it.
Lou made me a pizza once.
Was it nice?
No, it was absolutely awful.
Yeah.
It tasted of nothing and everything.
Yeah. Sexy!
So what do you think, true or false? People think baking's sexy?
People think it's quite sexy, I think, don't you, Liam? You're the expert here.
Liam?
Yeah, go for it, yeah, true.
You think true? OK, what do you think, Aisling?
I think we're going to say false.
OK. Well, I can tell you the answer is true. 67% of people think baking is sexy. Yeah. Yeah, 67% of people think baking is sexy. I agree, my mum's amazing at baking and she's hot. Proper MILF. What? It's all right, it's dead now. I don't know what you're applauding there. I don't know what you're applauding. Best way to surprise your other half.
Say yes to sex.
Yes. OK. Ed, have you surprised the other half with anything?
Yeah, I proposed, which is a good way to
Congratulations.
surprise. Thank you very much. But the real surprise is the next morning I pretended that it hadn't happened. Just denied all knowledge of it for about an hour. She thought she was going mad. It was brilliant.
A little bit of gaslighting, always fun. Where was the proposal? Was it restaurant? Was it?
Japan.
Japan is good. That's classy.
Well, it depends where in Japan, isn't it?
Yeah, it was the Hiroshima Memorial. It was in a park.
Oh, well, you could have gone to a park here. There's loads.
It's a long way to go for a park.
It is, isn't it?
It's something I do, but I save it for Christmas as a little surprise. I paint my helmet red and scream, "Here comes Rudolph." Bit weird.
You should try doing that with your partner.
It's lost on the kids at the grotto.
Stacey, what do you do to surprise Joe?
Nothing really. No, I'm a terrible person. I'm a terrible girl.
When's the last time you were surprised? Like,
when I said I'm pregnant, because he was like, when did we have sex?
So you surprised him with that. How shocked was he?
Like, really, really shocked, because I think...
You can't get pregnant the way you normally do it?
No, I think he thought he was safe because he's getting a bit older, and I think he thought, oh yeah, I'll be all right. They'll be a bit slower now, so he won't. How old is he? 37.
So he thought he was 37, so he'd just be becoming dust by now.
Oh, and you know, we don't see each other a lot, so I think he thought he got away with it. You're clear. Lo and behold, I was plotting. I only need one day, Jimmy, just one day. That small window.
Yeah.
He does it through a window, does he?
Surprising. OK, best way to surprise your other half. Let's get some answers. What do you think?
Trip away? A little holiday?
Literally it. That's book a weekend away is the exact right answer. Yes, the best way to surprise your partner is to book a weekend away. I booked a weekend away and my girlfriend was very surprised because she thought she was coming too. Best thing about being single?
Is that what we have to do? Buzz in.
What, when you're single? Yeah, I'd say so.
Thank you. I was in a restaurant and the very handsome waiter came up to me and said, "Are you single?" And I said, "Yes." And with that, he took the other chair away.
No, Tom.
Oh. No, you can now self-partner. This
It's
the
what
new
Emma
thing.
Watson said, right?
Yeah, Emma Watson said, I'm going to self-partner.
Yeah. And you can't really do that when you're married, like in the shower if you're quick.
Does self-partnering's an unfortunate phrase? Because I know what she means. She's going, I'm enough, I don't need to be in a relationship, but it sounds like she's fiddling around in a chamber of secrets, doesn't it?
I was going to say, sometimes I walk down the street and, I'll see a couple and they'll be wearing the same coat, and I'll think to myself, well, it would be nice to have somebody to hate that with.
I completely get what you mean.
Are you single?
I'm currently single and I hate it.
Do you?
I do hate it, but I love to sleep like a giant X in my bed. You can't do that with someone else.
Wouldn't it be amazing if at the end of this show, Sophie and Tom got together?
Yeah.
You never know, right?
That would be so great, girl.
To be honest, if I was going to marry a woman, it probably would be somebody who's like a German heiress.
I think you should consider it, Sophie. A gay husband would be fab.
I think that would be fucking amazing.
Thank you.
I think that's the secret to happiness.
So, best thing about being single?
Is it having more time to spend in your hobbies?
Hobbies,
Related to that, having
Having
more
sex
time.
with lots of other people. Which is also one of my hobbies.
Have you ever applied for a regular job with the hobbies and interests? Well, I'll tell you what I like. I like fucking!
You know what I miss about being single is that when you're single, I alone would decide if there's a chill in the room. And not sit there in football shorts sweating as the heating got turned up again.
The great innovation in our relationship was the duvet, where you can get different togs on different sides. That's what saved us.
Hey, isn't there a European thing where each side has a different duvet?
In Germany, we have separate duvets.
I think that's the future.
So efficient.
I was like, what is this? One giant... I don't want to share that.
No, right?
I think
It's mine.
the secret is a king-size bed. I've got a super king.
Definitely.
So I can barely hear her breathe.
Is it not very uncomfortable sleeping next to somebody all the time? Does it not get on your nerves?
Yeah, I hate it. Because if you do sleep in another room, it makes you look weird. And also, if you creep in for sex, it's like a weird prostitute that lives next door to your house.
Richie, you're in a relationship.
The worst thing about being a couple is you have to go out with other couples. Like, if it's just you just go out with your friends. You literally choose whoever you want to go out with. And then a couple, you have to... There's, like, this sort of one-step removed thing where you find yourself on an evening, not only with someone who's not really your friend, but is your partner's friend, but then also the husband of the person who's friends with your partner.
Yeah.
And that can be awful.
And you're aware they're going to be watching this?
Jimmy, a certain type of guy knows, right? A certain type of guy, he knows he's boring. He knows he's there because of his wife.
I get on really well with Rob's wife. I don't know what you want from me.
She is delightful, isn't she? But that house, so cold. I'll tell you what, though, nice duvet.
Lovely duvet.
It's also good to be in a relationship with somebody who's good at pretending to be ill, so you can leave quite early. That's because I'm quite bad at pretending to be ill. But if you're with someone who's good at faking illness, you can literally leave at 9 o'clock if you want to.
So you just want like a Munchausen's girlfriend.
Munchausen's girlfriend.
To bring around.
.com.
It's like, I think I have cancer again. Let's go.
OK, so what's the best thing about being single? What do you think? Genuine guesses.
Is it the amount of space you've got on your phone? Because you don't have to take 5,000 pictures of your partner with food.
Is it blowjobs are still a possibility?
Or you don't have to hear their annoying snoring noises, sorry.
Yeah, snoring.
Snoring noise.
Snoring.
No, they make me so murdery. I want to kill everyone that snores.
They make me so murdery. Oh, I should stop it. I'm a little bit murdery.
My favourite German word is Schatzi. Means treasure, right?
Yes, exactly.
Schatzi, danke, Schatzi.
Bitte, Schatzelein.
Ja, Schatzi means treasure. Say, I'm feeling a bit murdery, Schatzi.
I'm feeling a bit murdery, Schatzi. Or if you want to get out going to a party, I'm so sorry, I've done a little Schatzi.
You're quite fit when you do that. I quite like it.
Yeah. I'm feeling weirdly drawn to you right now. So.
Stop it, you, danke.
I think I might be gay in German.
My issue is I can't do a German accent without sounding a little bit like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit murdery.
Perhaps that's what started it all. Perhaps none of them could.
And if you're watching this in Germany, it's a comedy show. Where would we be without a sense of humour? Germany. OK, best thing about being single. Come on, someone's going to get this.
Being single is good because you're, like, invited more places. You're an ingenue. I only got invited to your house to play Wink Murder because someone canceled. If I was in a couple, I would have been at home, not enjoying a game of Wink Murder.
It was just me and her, and she was murdered. I was feeling very murdery. No, I shouldn't, but I like it.
Very good.
I think I'm just going to do that voice now.
You're so
really
happy when you do that. You come alive.
And it really matches your laugh as well. You're like, I'm feeling a bit murdery, Schatzi.
Sophie, what do you think?
General freedom, liberty.
Right answer. Freedom.
That's
it, no. Yes, the best thing about being single is the freedom. Yes. Freedom to make a microwave biryani meal for one and come on your tummy with a finger up your bum. Best way to impress someone you fancy.
Tell them that you were completely gay until...
Come on! I'm sorry, Opie. We should have established a safe word before you came on tonight.
OK, best way to impress someone you fancy. What do you think?
Oh, it's doing a wheelie on your BMX, isn't it? What girls don't like that? 100% hit rate down a wreck, that was.
What about you, Joel?
It's the thing, isn't it? It's like, it used to be the thing where people would do chat-up lines. We don't do cheesy chat-up lines anymore, and I miss them, so I think now we should replace them with cheesy break-up lines. And just, honestly, it totally works. Just be like, hey, get your coat. You're moving out. Like, it totally works. You know, your father must be a thief. and I don't want to marry into that. Like, that's...
Did you fall from heaven? Because it looks like you landed on your nose.
Yeah.
Do loads of people fancy you, Joel, now that you're a big ITV celebrity?
I mean, if I'm in a room with Ovi, nobody fancies me at all.
True story.
Basically, thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Catherine.
I've always been really lucky because usually the people I fancy are really easily impressed because I'm very attracted to stupid people. I love them. My ideal man is like a high-functioning sex toy, and I think that joke's fine for a woman to make. I mean, obviously, if a man made it about a woman, I would sign a petition, but I think it's fine. And my girlfriend's a nice blend of the genders because she smells nice and she's really stupid, but I'm very attracted to idiots, so usually I just suggest like showing them something shiny or maybe pulling a coin from behind their ear or...
Ovi, I would take that as a personal insult to you.
Oh, no, he was on Love Island. He knows he's stupid.
There's me, Ovi. There's me. I'm sitting here thinking, I reckon the meanest thing that will have been done this evening is electrocuting the girl with cerebral palsy.
There's time for them to read when they get old.
Ovi, what do you do to impress... I mean, you've been on Love Island. We know you've got game. What do you do to impress someone you fancy?
Yeah, I get to know them, innit? Everyone's different. I don't think there's, like, one answer. There's not one answer for every different woman in the world. Oh, Jesus. So you get to know them and then...
Oh, hold on a second. You're turning me now.
Yeah, but are you just saying that because you can't do a wheelie on a BMX? You can. If you can't, you can't. Do you know what I mean? Height isn't always your friend when you're doing tricks.
Joel, what do you think?
Sliding on your knees at a disco?
Oh,
fucking yes.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it gets all... I go home alone.
Rosie, how do you get some?
Unfortunately, I can't use chat-up lines because that would take too long. But can I just say my favourite chat-up line on me was a guy came up to me in the club. And he had seen me the week before, but heard me talking. So we spent a week at home learning sign language.
Aww.
So came back the next week to ask me out in sign language. And I just said to him, I'm not fucking dead. What a balance!
Why do you need a week to learn that and that? The main ones. You're top for it, though.
You did those in a weird order.
Yeah.
Start with that.
No, yeah, but...
Then that.
Yeah, but
then
if you
that.
get carried away and don't give
Then
that any
that.
attention, it feels like you should at the end just to go, yeah, I know they're there. I haven't got a problem with them. They just got mixed up in the order.
I'm starting to understand why you haven't had sex for 6 months.
Yeah. OK, so answers on this. Best way to impress someone you fancy, what do you think?
Is it buy them flowers?
Suck them off. Wear them down.
Laugh at them. Is it laugh?
How much are you sucking them off?
Kill their
There's a support group for your exes. I used to have 6 inches till I met her. Just a nubbin.
I'll give you a clue. You already have everything you need.
Be yourself.
It's the right answer.
That's good that we got the right...
Well, yes, the best way to impress someone you fancy is to be yourself. I met a very pleasant woman online, but when I went to meet her, I felt disappointed, betrayed and upset. She wasn't a pleasant young woman at all. She turned out to be a gang of vigilantes.